that responsibility. As a matter of fact, Madam has spoken on. But what is fundamental and important to us, Action Aids has to go deeply, because with the Women Association, Farmers Women Association, I made it very clear and critical, because it's a right, it's not a privilege. Being in government to finance and support the very key components of farming, which are small farmers, women farmers, holders, who are here, who are critical, who doesn't have mouth to speak. Yes, you are their voice, and you have to support you without fear or favor, as a matter of fact. Because if you look at the amount of money being spent in CBN and in NISA and in other associations that are not farmers, they are not real farmers, it's unfortunate and it's very sad. And it's very pathetic. We have to fight that with your collaboration and support. We are ready to expose that corruption and unfortunate situation, because it has not reached the real people who are supposed to reach. I'm a farmer. I have been in the farm for the last 35 years, since 1980, 485. I started farming after graduating from secondary school. And I have been practical from strength to strength. And I know with little technical and financial help, I was able to reach from 17 bucks I'm farming up to 11,000 to 15,000 bucks I'm farming in my farm. And most of my farms now are the most affected person, because 3 of my farms were taken over by the criminals bandits. And this is unfortunate and sad for the nation of Nigeria. If we spoke this, because we know how many people were employed who were displaced, how many people were displaced, how many people were killed. This is very sad and unfortunate. Madam, I want to assure you we are ready to work with you, because we know the situation and the unfortunate situation this country is. And we know what the economic situation is. And we have to know that there is a pandemic also, this COVID-19, which affected the whole world. It's not only Nigeria. And the economic situation is affected all the countries in the world. And most of the economies, even the stronger economies, are suffering. But we in Africa, we involve ourselves in a different type of mismanaged attitudes. And because of lack of focus and direction and clear developmental framework, which will make us achieve where others did not achieve, we are embarking in a very unrealistic, unfortunate, and most misplaced priorities that we are not supposed to be. You will see us, if it is in OMB, if it is in parties, we are very glorious. But in a developmental program, and you will see a graduate waiting for government job, instead of him to go to the farm, or instead of him to go, a lot of us become very lazy and they want to enjoy without working for it, which is very unfortunate in this country. You as women, you have to also encourage your children and make sure that they are not left behind in terms of agriculture is the key. If you go to China, I have been to China, I have traveled for 3 days from Beijing to Qingdao, which is the far end of China. And I have seen you will go about 50 kilometers is a farmland. And they are doing it on community basis as you are doing it. And they are doing it on cooperatives as you are doing it. And they have access to finance, they have access to mechanized farming, and they are doing it and achieving. If it is fishery, if it is piggery, you will see how they will go in massive production. And this is how Nigeria is supposed to be. And this is how we are supposed to be. We have to eliminate irresponsibility in our attitudes. And we have to remain focused, and we should have a time plan. We should have emphasis towards progress. That is the only way to go, despite all obstacles. If you look at Japan as a case study, Japan has no basic raw materials for development, but they are developed. Why? Because they are hardworking and determined to achieve where others did not achieve, despite all obstacles are set back. And they fund the research, as you are talking on this extension issue, is a research. It's a training of small women, smallholders, farmers, to go to farm and know the techniques on how they will produce and provide the basic needs. So as a matter of fact, we have to ensure that what is wasted, how much amount of money being misused in government, so that we should cut that spending. And it's only when you act, it's not a privilege, because we are in a democracy, and we look at how most of the countries that wanted to dictate on people are raising up and even defeating them. So I urge you to take a very proactive support, because we have reached a point of where we should no longer sit at home and allow ourselves to be misused by any political office holder. We should expose them, anybody who is involved into any criminality, because there is a freedom of information which is prosecuted by the National Assembly under this dispensation, and there is a lot of things. But if you allow to be psychopath, to be glorifying the leaders that you vote for them, so it's unfortunate for us as a masses, as a people who has dignity, who has humanity in their heart. That is why I'm telling what I have in mind very naked. Since I'm in the system since 2003, I'm a private man. I work as a private man. I did not ever work with government, but I embarked into politics to change the existing situation for the land of the future. So I want to urge you, despite all obstacles, truth is bitter, but you have to tell it. You have to work towards that. And all of you here, not even those that are here, the rest of the Nigerian people, we have to understand and agree that we want to set an agenda to enhance our progress and development. Because it's very sad when I'm telling my people in my consults, every month I have a program when I'm chief executive of the local government, because I spent 10 years as a local government chairman in my local government, and I have done a lot of empowerment programs, and I have set up an association which I made. There are less than 60 associations, but I set them into up to 350 associations, and I have set up a committee that is popularly known as Committee General, that will help the real masses on the ground, which will work with them direct level to do what they need. And that is how we achieve more than 320 block of classrooms, 3 secondary schools built by me under my local government, and more than, we built 1,000 shops like Hussein Market. We built about 500 was culverts in different localities so that people will have access to there. And we have a lot of empowerment. And the most annoying thing to the masses and the people is you will give somebody a motorbike, he will sell it that very day without it being recourse, and he doesn't know when he will get that type of. You will give him a car, he will sell it, and he will come and start begging and telling a politician. When do you expect that person will develop and progress? Or you will give him a startup pack to do what is supposed to do as a farmer. He will just sell it and went and pocket the money and spend it under 2 days or 3 days and become a beggar again. So this is the most unfortunate situation we are facing, and we have to live to our expectation as human beings, and we have to be responsible because our attitudinal changes, our attitude must be changed. We have to be holistic and we have to be honest in terms of making progress, in terms of development. But you as women, you have a critical role to play because we men and parents, fathers, we normally go to look for what to eat for the family. You are the ones that you are upbringing most of these children. So you have to have absolute fear of God to train them properly and responsibly, and so that they can be of good use to the society. Thank you very much.